Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. So as you can see for today, I am literally going to be showing you a very quick ab session. I tend to work my abs 3 to 4 times a week in the gym, and of course my session for my abs always lasts for about 10 minutes. So as you can see, firstly I am starting with my leg drops. Now this is probably one of my favourite exercises. I've been doing them for years, and at the beginning I really did struggle, but over time you do eventually get to grips with the exercise and how to do it correctly. So this obviously works the lower abs and your lower back muscles. So starting off, you need to be laid on your back with your feet pointing towards the ceiling. You need to keep your abs super tight, and you then lower both legs close to the floor and you bring them back up to the starting position, and you then repeat this. But as you're coming down, you need to try not to drop your legs too much, as this may cause your back to come off of the floor, and this means that you're not doing the exercise just as well. And you can also do this exercise by doing one leg at a time if you find it too difficult, or you're working your core too much and you can't deal with it. So it's easier to just lie on your back still and just keep your right leg on the floor whilst your leg is going up and down. So you can always alternate between the two, and I then do this exercise for a minute. And then I literally go straight into ankle touches. Again, I do enjoy this exercise. I must admit, my ab circuits, which I do absolutely love. So the ankle touches, these basically work your obliques, and it's really important for you to keep your back lying on the floor with your knees bent. You need to make sure that you're keeping your arms straight by your side and you're lifting your shoulder blades off the floor. And literally all you're going to be doing is extending your left arm to touch your left ankle, and you're then alternating this on the other side, and you're then repeating this. And then so the next exercise I am doing is a toe touch with a reach. So this exercise is really working your rectus abdominals. So for this exercise you basically have to extend your legs fully into the air. This will help to keep you stable when performing the exercise. So you start with your back on the floor and your legs towards the ceiling again, then bringing your neck, your head and your shoulders off the mat. You're then reaching your hands up towards your feet, and you're then repeating. I kind of like to reach up and then slowly bring it back down, and then literally power up and then slowly back down. Sometimes I will jiff this about and do the opposite, so go slowly up and push back down. It all really depends on how I'm feeling during this session. And now these are an absolute killer. I hate doing scissor kicks, scissor crossover kicks. I cannot stand them, but they really do work both your obliques and again your rectus abdominals. So all you basically do again is you lie on the floor with your face up and your feet together. You need to keep your legs together, and you basically lift them about 6 inches off the floor. Here I might be a little bit higher, so that doesn't really matter. This is then going to be contracting your abs, and you're basically going to create like a scissor-like motion with your legs, so kind of like a crisscross motion. But if you want it to really burn, you need to try not to let your feet touch the ground. Sometimes I do 30 seconds on, have like a 10-second breather, and then do a full 20 seconds and smash it. And you basically then keep on repeating this for a minute. Again, if you need to have a break, literally take a break and just go literally straight back into it. Again, you don't want to push yourself too much and then obviously injure your abdominals, so it's really important that you guys know your limits, what you need to be doing. And this exercise I used to absolutely hate, but currently it is probably again up there with one of my favourites. So this is V-sits, and V-sit-ups. And it really works your rectus abdominals and of course your obliques. So to begin, all you're going to be doing is lying on your back with your arms basically above your head. Then together you're bringing your legs and arms both in, so you form sort of like a crunch-like position, and you're going to hold there for about 3 to 5 seconds, and you're then going to release slowly back down to the ground, and you're then going to repeat this again.
Till I get up, time is barely on our side.
Then I basically move into my crunch kicks. God, I was about to say that wrong then. So again, this is working the rectus abdominals. So all you're doing is lying flat on the floor on your back. You're basically engaging your core, and in one movement you lift your knees into your chest so that you're basically almost touching, and you then kick forward. You then return to crunch position and you repeat this. As you can see with my hands, I like having my hands beside my bottom. Sometimes I either have them really close to my bottom or really wide, but again, this just helps me to balance and just to keep my core a little bit more stronger. So I choose to have my hands here probably a majority of the time. Now these ball jackknives are an absolute killer, and this is what my personal trainer introduced to me probably a few years back, and I literally love the exercise. I always walk away and I can definitely feel it in my abs. So yeah, this is a stability ball jackknife, which is I call it. Now again, this helps to build your obliques and both your abdominals. And first you have to get into a high plank position, and you basically reach your feet so that they're comfortable on the ball. At times I do slide off because my balance isn't completely there. But you then need to make sure that you're keeping your hands underneath your shoulders, you're bracing your core, and you're keeping your body straight. That's really, really important to remember. If your body's not straight, then you're going to fall and you're not going to be balanced properly. You're then squeezing your core, and you're then bending your knees to roll the ball towards your hands, and you're then pushing back out to straighten, your legs out, and you're basically in the starting position, and you're then repeating this. Again, in a minute I can probably do about 20, but if you can do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, or even do 30 seconds, 10-second rest, and then just blast 20 seconds. If you can do anything like that, or even balance on the ball, it's a really, really good improvement and a good exercise to start off with. This is the bent knee crunch, which is working your oblique muscles. So basically all I'm doing is I have my hands literally hovered next to my head. I don't like having my hands on my head because I feel like I'm literally jaggering my neck up, and I always feel it afterwards in my neck, and it's not really very comfortable. So my legs are then pulled in towards my abs, again in almost a basic crunch position shape. And I then pull up with my core and then slowly release back down, and then my legs are staying stationary in the air and they're obviously not moving. And then finally, the best way to end an ab workout is with a good old plank exercise. Now again, this at the end of an exercise is an absolute killer. Usually I kind of mix it up. I either hold it for a good 1 to 2 minutes, or sometimes I could do an absolute killer and hold it for about 3 to 4 minutes. Again, it all depends on how I'm feeling after my exercise, and if I really do want to push myself, which I'm finding I am, and I'm holding this for so much longer. So this is basically working your abdominal muscles. So you get down into the push-up position, but instead of leaning on your hand, you're basically going to be leaning onto your elbows, and your arms are bent, and you're keeping your legs straight and your core really strong. And you need to ensure that when you're doing this plank that your bottom or your back aren't caving in or pushing up. So your back needs to be in a really, really nice straight line. And then sometimes to make it work even, for me to work myself even more, I either place a 10 kilogram or 15 kilogram weight on my back, and you can really, really feel it. And the minute literally is so much more slower when you add a weight onto the back. But today I wasn't feeling this, as my abs were on absolute fire after this exercise, as you can probably tell by my red face. So yeah, I literally thought I would quickly talk through my simple ab workout with you, which I literally love doing again in the gym. I usually tend to do abs when it's my upper body session, so after a leg or shoulder workout I will then come in and do abs for 10 minutes. All depends if mats are available. If not, I'll grab a mat and just literally perch myself down somewhere and do this. But no, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed sitting down and speaking through the exercises with you. So if you want to see some more videos like this or anything to do with fitness, please comment down below. And yeah, I will see you very, very soon in my next video. Bye guys. Till my shadow turns to sun.